Influential friendships leave lasting impressions on our long-term relationships. Either we have excellent relationships with our friends or we have destructive ones because of how deeply that we integrate our lives with each other. We see our friendships as mirror images of ourselves. So when those friendships end, we tend to have feelings of, am I good enough? What did I do wrong? Am I lovable? Am I uninterested? These feelings tend to spring from unresolved issues with these people that we so call our friends. We often regret how we act during those times, but forgiveness is also really hard. So when you enter a relationship, you don't really think of, oh, it's going to end one day. You think of it as, oh, okay, this is my friend. I like them. I'm going to hang out with them, and we don't think of them the same way that we do as a romantic relationship. You're not always prepared for it if turmoil arises and it actually ends the friendship. Why do friendships end? Well, female relationships often stem from closeness, bonding, relationship building, and deeper connections with them. Male relationships often usually bond over surface level things like sports, day-to-day conflict. They are desensitized to actual feelings of everyday life. And usually males tend to congregate in larger groups. Females tend to have one-on-one experiences with their friends. When you think of the old school way of friendships, you would be more likely to gather husbands and wives together in a social event, but you rarely remember them being one-on-one alone. On this day and age, adults tend to desire the one-on-one connection. Men are less likely to experience the one-on-one, so when they have friendships, they're mainly surface level, which makes them last longer. Women, on the other hand, they have one-on-one relationships more often, and they have connections with them. They share intimate details of their lives. They talk about their families. They sometimes help each other raise their kids, so on and so forth. That's how females bond. Males bond over, as I said, sports, current news, congregations of friends going out, having a drink. That's just how men respond to friendship. The three highly prioritized themes that I feel in female relationships are symmetry, support, and secrecy. Symmetry is the balance or the sameness of the equality between friends. So let's say I'm a mom, so I'm making friends with my kids' moms. We're together, so that's balancing. That's what we do. But when something shifts in that relationship, issues arise and cause breakdowns. So when one person is living the life of the other person, it's easier to hold that friendship rather than if one person is living the life, the other person retreats, and that's the end of the relationship. So support is number one emotional theme that's needed in female relationships. Emotional support of our friendships is required so that we do not withdraw. We don't resort to silence. We don't distance ourselves from them. We just keep in contact with them and keep sharing. Secrecy is a mutual understanding that I share you, you share me. We live in this vault of secrecy. When tension and issues arise, we tend to share less. We tend to avoid talking about ourselves. We usually lose that glue that holds us together. It's challenging to open up and to talk more, but if I were to challenge you to do so, it would be beneficial to your relationships, and they will prosper and they will grow. You feel connected to your friends, and if something arises and you feel more confident talking about it rather than isolating yourself, you could possibly endure the heartbreak of somebody not reciprocating that. So sometimes it's hard to be on that same level with your friends. To conclude, I would say that trust, community, and confidence is the three themes that characterize friendship as an adult. In my experience, I have been through many friends, and I don't feel like I have great relationships with them because I am too much or too open or oversharing, when in reality, this is how we actually build and we grow. So I would take the emotional support from your friends and times 2, because at the end of the day, adult friendships are hard and every relationship is hard. So trust, community, confidence. Just have trust in your friends, build community with them, and ensure the confidence that they need to succeed. Thank you.